Captain Ferrante and his loyal Principi supporters have been killed by us. There's nothing left but Captain Aldous and her faction. Why did I do it? It wasn't because of her poor attempts at seducing me, though she's not physically unattractive, so don't get me wrong there. It's because of the slavers that Ferrante was involved with. I really don't like slavery, and with Ferrante wanting me to help them, that's where I draw the line. Though my mind right now is more focused on bigger things than these pirates. I pretty much don't care to support them beyond what I've already done, and I never really consider myself one of them, even if they do take me for one of their own. If there are to be pirates, then let them be the lesser of evils. Once they get involved with slavery, then I am dead set opposed to their existence. So now that that has been dealt with, no matter what Captain Aldous says, I am not going to support the Principi going to Ukaizo. We all know they would only seek riches at the expense of the other factions. Sort of like allowing a herd of starving beasts into your crops. There'll be nothing left for anyone else. And that I cannot allow to happen. I am completely set to helping the Huana go and reclaim their ancient kingdom, no matter how little of it might be left. If the Huana were not part of the equation, then I would support the Rawatai. But as for the Valians and the Principi, they can disappear for good in the Deadfire for all I care. We've just supported Captain Aldous with taking over the Principi, and we destroyed Captain Ferrante and his minions. So what do you have to say? What about the next course of action?
Everything we thought was important has changed. If a god is going to kill us all, if he's headed to Ukaizo, I say we beat him there. Either it'll save us, or we'll have a hell of a view to Aora's end. What say you?
It will take some time to refill the Consuelo's vacant seats. For now, those of us remaining are united behind Aldis. Our fleets will join in the journey to Ukaizo, with the fabled floating hangman at the helm.
I imagine you have a logical reason to believe we could actually sail a ghost ship after acquiring it.
I did think it a far-fetched idea at first.
She nods, scratching the underside of her chin.
Ferrante had planned to use the galleon. It has the ability to manipulate the winds and seas. It could part Ukaizo's storms, allowing us to sail through.
I don't want you to take your fleet up there, though.
I guessed his aims well enough through his interest in the galleon's history. But it was thanks to your findings in Isaya's tomb that I knew what to look for. It's Lucia's lost sword that's key. She took an undying oath to protect the Engoliero dos spears for the Darkotsi line. If you speak the oath before the sword, the seal on its scabbard will release, drawing Lucia and the galleon to you.
Interesting.
Iogure de protegere, mat paladina med Darkotsi, e ure ioste regle, me aurelia Darkotsis ere. Gure cui luretto bon aimo ibafeta, e pore pere cue maudicenas fiace, mi convarande.
I'll just write that down.
First, recover Lucia's sword from Isaiah. Then, sail to the seas. Unsheath the sword by chanting the Darkotsi oath. When Lucia comes for it, kill her, and take the Fonferris.
The Fonferris, meaning iron strength. The Fonferris is the Grand Valian galleon that Darkosi paladin Lucia Riven used to flee the burning palace when charged to protect the royal family's sword.
In the meantime, I'll set the entire Principi into movement. Expect a formidable fleet at the ready on your return. We'll conquer Ukaizo and sack its riches.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Before I go, I have some questions for you.
I'll happily lend you my ear, and my sword, and other things.
She grins evilly. How do you plan to capture and then captain the floating hangman?
You'll take the sword to the high seas,
Yes.
then
yeah.
unsheath it by chanting the Darkotsi oath. When Lucia comes for it, you kill her and take the Fonferus. See?
Iogure de
Okay, wait, I already know
Now,
about this.
whether the ship could becalm the seas back when it was still the Fonferus, or whether it gained the power in becoming the floating hangman, crewed and captained by the undead. I don't rightly care. I just want to take and to use for my own gains.
Of course you do. What do you intend for Ukaizo?
We sack Ukaizo. Really run it into the ground. The way I see it, we'll either survive Aora's end to sail off with the riches, or, well, we won't. Regardless, we'll have a hell of a last go. If we can find and pilfer whatever your rogue god's after, who knows? Maybe us pirates will be heroes.
You can't steal the wheel. It's bigger than Ukaizo itself.
Then I guess we go with my second plan. I do shiver to think how the lost city of gold's going to be ours. At least for a time.
What will be the future of the Príncipi?
We survive at any cost. We expand, conquer the seas. We live free, and we die as we choose. What better life could there be? If we've only got one life to live, no future for Aora, no more chances for our souls, then we may as well relish what time we've got.
I kind of see your viewpoint, but I don't think it's going to come to the end. The end for the gods, hopefully, but not for Aora or us. Farewell. I will not be getting the floating hangman. I like my ship, the Watcher, very much. So, we've sold off everything that we have. I have over 200,000 copper. I think now it's time to return. Well, you know what? That island calls. The mysterious island. This is right here, isn't it? I don't even know how to get in there. But that's where we're going now. Kazuwari. It's just to the north of where we are. It's very close, actually. The sea billows beneath my vessel. What is this? I stumble to the side, grabbing the rail to keep from falling, as the Watcher rocks hard to port. Beodo returns to his feet, examining his fingers and wincing. God's alive, Oswald. What in Andra's holy name do you think you're doing up there? It weren't my fault, you sodden bilge rat, Oswald spits back. The helmsman turns to me. Felt like something went under the ship, Captain. Rum-Dum Rigere gestures wildly to starboard. Captain! The hand stumbles back from the deck. Either I need to be giving up the drink for good, or there is a god's damn colossal monster down there. Oh, no. Beneath the surface of the water, I make out a long, sinuous form. No mere fish. The creature swims with 2 pairs of legs and a long, thin tail. My lungs feel suddenly empty, and I gasp as my stomach turns. I fall sideways into light.
The light fades into dim. You stand in a forest glade hung thick with shadows. Tall trees surround you. The shriek of a deer pierces the air before being abruptly silenced. From out of the dark lope a Stelgar and a wolf, followed by a thickly muscled man draped in furs. Galawain
has returned. I don't think he's too happy after what we did to his Leviathan place under the water. And that's why I really didn't want to see another Leviathan, but he's communicating to me through it, I suppose.
Herald of Berath, were you not content to destroy my creation at Signath Moor? Do you intend to meddle here as well? Leave. Now.
A smell like rancid blood and days-old sweat wafts off him in a wave. I'm not really afraid of you gods anymore. We did defeat Remergan's avatar.
I will warn you only once. If you tread upon my island, it will consume you.
The large beasts at his side step forward in unison, their tails angrily swishing the air. So you're not responsible for the head I received?
I am not, though Muatu is mine, and I will claim him in time.
Why don't you want me to come here?
The cold rush of the sea upon Signath Moor still crashes in my ears. I would not have you apply your same reckless attentions here.
That was different, unless you've got a monster-making machine here too.
The wolf at Galawain's flank growls low in its throat.
I have warned you. May aught that follows be on your head.
With a sound like a thunderclap, and a bright burst like lightning, the forest disappears, and you are thrust back into your body. You blink against the fading flash. When you can see again, you find your hands bloodless and aching, gripping the railing of your ship.
My eyes trace the giant lizard's path towards the nearby island. It seems to be swimming north, away from the waterfall. I lose sight of the beast as it plunges into the depths. Muatu's voice seems a mere whisper after the power of a god's. I felt such rage from that beast, hunger too, and beneath all of it, I think, fear. Galawain seems pretty unhappy with more than just my presence here. The Lord of the Hunt sent the beast? Muatu's words rise in pitch and volume. Everyone on Kazuwari could be in danger. You have to help them. Please, Watcher. His voice echoes at the edge of my perception as my focus returns to the deck of the Watcher. The crew, eyes wide, stare at me. Calm down, everyone. Whatever it was, it's gone. Olaf's laugh is high-pitched and nervous. Oh yes, we're perfectly safe now. He eyes the water anxiously. The Watcher rocks gently. The large landmass beckons. And that is where we'll go. Although it does seem a little crazy to me. That all of this is going on. I mean, I had my mind on going into Andres Mortar and seeing what Aethys is to show everyone. But this island, and then we must go deal with the politics in Neketaka and bring the Iguana with us to Ukazo. That's my goal. So, we made landfall. And the first place to go, past the waterfall, is a pass. Between the forest. An unusual structure rises from the thick jungle foliage ahead of us. Vines drape it like decor, and it takes me a moment to resolve its form into the spine and ribs of some titanic beast. Its skull faces us, upside down, jaws wide open, and gaping. Sharp teeth hang above like the waiting edge of a headsman's axe. Identify this skeleton. Let's see, I suppose if it's the outdoors, then Adair would be the one to ask. A variety of large quadrupedal lizards exists across Aora, and judging from its skull and claws, this seems to be one. The shape of its ribcage suggests an aquatic or amphibious existence. Such creatures can be very aggressive. So let's sneak closer to observe. As we near the skeleton, I make out a number of rough pieces of decoration hanging from the old skeleton. Crafted from wood and bone, they hang inside the mouth and ribs. Among the other desiccated sacrifices within the mouth, I find the remains of a human corpse. So, there doesn't seem to be anybody around that we can see. Let's investigate the scene. And I guess Adair, is the best one to do that. The hoofed prints of numerous boars cross the space, overlapping with those of Kith of various sizes. Let's examine the corpse, the human corpse. Shoti, you know death better than any of us. It's your job. The human this skeleton once was, his arms twisted at his sides, his legs broken, clearly died in pain. Deep gouges along the sternum and cracks in the ribcage reveal multiple stabbings to the chest, likely the cause of death. That combined with the raised position of the corpse on thick stone and its prominence in the center of the larger skeletal mouth suggests that this individual died as a sacrifice. There are multiple stabbings, huh? Let's loot the body. Adair. The man's pack contains little more than a grappling hook and some rope, but tearing out its false back reveals a large collection of carefully packed wooden coins. Very nice. 40 golden duke, 30 copper pound, 20 silver pfennig, and the rope and grappling hook. Let's examine the decorations along the skeleton of the beast. I suppose I can do that. The object seems brutal and simple. Perhaps they are of wilder make. Okay, let's sneak away. I can do that. I tread carefully, moving silently through the thick jungle foliage. I hear a low swear, and I whip around to see Adair wincing, an arm caught tight by a thorn-covered vine. The patter of hoofed feet steers the thick air. We've got company. To either side of us, hide-draped Kith approach, flanked by bristling boars. Oh, that is a big boar.
Don't move.
Scars of battle and decoration stripe the large man's thick arms.
Return to your little boat, interloper. You do not belong on Kazuwari.
His companions, each equally well-armed and scarred, stand at ease beside their boar companions, eyes trained on me.
Yeah, you're not welcome here.
The scruffy Orlin nearest me jeers. The boar at her side tosses its head and kicks its hoofs into the dirt.
Turn back, now, and count yourself lucky you aren't already dead.
Wait, I believe we may have a common friend.
Doubtful.
He spits the word out as one would a particularly foul curse. I show Wise Teeth necklace. He gave me this. Do you recognize it?
Good for you. He's a hard old bastard to please.
So let's talk about this. There's no reason for this to get bloody.
No.
He hefts his blade and grins. The spirit of Muatu manifests beside me in a flash of light. His sudden appearance doesn't seem to register with the scarred Amuwa and his crew.
Why did we stop? We ran into locals, didn't we? I doubt they'll listen to reason. Best to kill them and be done with it.
Huh, he said that so casually. Why? Why do you want me to kill them? I belong on this island as much as you do. Let me through.
You think he follows Toamawai, Hateno? Maybe the faces brought him here.
What say, interloper? Do you trespass on the god's behalf?
I am the herald of Bareth. The Amuwa snorts.
You don't seem to understand this place at all.
I say this one looks soft. I say he will show me what strength he has.
Hateno gestures at me with his blade, a slow smile spreading across his scarred face. Wait. You don't have to fight everywhere we go. This is getting ridiculous. Wait.
No more talking. Now we fight.
He nods to his compatriots. They ready their weapons.
Let's see the color of your blood!
Guess we have no choice. I did try to stop conflict here. You want to repeat that? What you just did with Captain Ferrante there? Because that was mighty powerful. I don't know if he's going to be able to get everyone. There. Okay, well, you might just get hit.
This is...
Get back. Alright. Now, let's mend Mian of Death's Herald. These things are getting hurt quite easily, but maybe I could cast that on their leader, Hateno.
Hey, watch it with that. Let's go.
Well, that... I think... that wasn't me. That was... Okay, gotta survive there, Aloth. That was his meteors.
Don't like it, it's
That's a dare. He's back. Wow. But you're getting all of their attention, Adair.
just like that. Another attack, Captain. Don't like it, it's both.
But I feared that boar I was fighting. Okay. This is a big old creature. I'll see if I can't flank it. Go behind. There goes the big boar. What do they have for loot? Not that it particularly interests me much anymore. They have some superb weapons. We have a lot of copper now. We have everything I could possibly need. Alright, well there goes that. That was the initial resistance we faced. I don't think it'll be the end because Gallowayne does not want us here. And Adair did take an injury through that. Or sorry, Loth did. He has a gaping wound, which we've tended. Back to traveling through the island. It's actually a fair size island when you're walking around. When you're sailing around it, it's not. But there's a lot of places that we can spot. From when we landed on top of the waterfall, or where the waterfall is. Okay, let's continue on then. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.